What's going on all you gamers? Today we're back with some more Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. What I'll be covering today is 3 amazing weapons that you can use in any Frost build. So if you want to do a lot of damage and want it with the Frost element, then stay tuned. That's coming up next. Welcome back all you guys and girls, as always, for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, then why not hit that subscribe and bell icon. I'll bring you all the latest and greatest in content, hints, tips, guides and builds, and just some fun gameplay and reviews of upcoming games. But for today, I'm here to show you some cryo weapons that are absolutely amazing, so if you're trying a Frost build, they're definitely worth your time. What I'm going to do is showcase them on Chaos level 20 and let you know why I think they're a really powerful weapon and one that you can chuck into any kind of Frost build. So kicking it off with our number 3 slot, and we're going to be going over the Borea's Breath. This is just an fun SMG to use. I still believe SMGs and handguns are pretty much the strongest in the game at the moment by quite a margin, and this one is just remarkable. Really strong, really good to use, and very fun to put into pretty much any kind of a Frost build. Now what we've got on this is the damage 87 times 5, perfect. 5 I believe is the highest it can roll. It can also roll in 4s. It has 52% for its accuracy, its handling's at 60%, so very average on those, but its reload time is nice at 1.6 seconds, fire rate's pretty standard at 6.67, and its magazine's 22. All around it's quite a rounded weapon. It also rolls with that frost chance, and this one has 110 damage per second with a 10% chance. From what I've seen of these, quite a few of them consume ammo per shot as well. This one consumes 3, I believe it can roll 2 as well. Because it's a frost weapon, it's also going to slow enemies. But the main reason we'll be using this is because it does a big chunk of damage for those frost builds, and it's got a really cool effect when you do that reload, which I'll show you in the showcase coming up right now. Coming in at our number 2 slot, and very possibly one of my favourite weapons in the game. I'd probably say this is in my top 3 weapons in the game, and that's the Queen's Cry. This is a handgun, but it's just absolutely amazing in every way, shape and form. It does an absolute abundance of damage, it's got a crazy effect to it, and it's just really fun to use. The damage on it looks underwhelming just to look at it here because it says 164. I've only been able to get it times 1. You can get it times 2, but it usually has a magazine size that's a lot lower. But the damage it brings to it is well worth getting if you can get that times 2. Its accuracy is very high, its handling is very mid-range, again at 60%. Reload time's a little bit high with the 2.8, but it's also got a nice rounded fire rate at 5.77. It's not the fastest firing in the world, but where it does shoot at quite a lot of bolts, and with the added feature of it actually raining down ice comments on people's heads, this is one of the best weapons in the game. This one does 164 damage a second with a 13% chance with its cryo. It also has the added feature when you toggle to its secondary, it's able to perform either a zip rocket, meaning you get a bit of additional damage, or you can have it as a taser depending on how it rolls on the actual weapon. The taser I found is really good for taking out shields if you've not got a lightning gun on you. So all in all, this is a very well rounded weapon that just does an absolute abundance of damage and is a lot of fun to use. The only thing you do have to watch out for is if you are very close to the action, say for example proper in their face, the comments can actually hurt you as well, so you might want to back up a little bit just to make sure you're not taking that area damage. And coming in at our number 1 spot, no doubt this is probably on a lot of people's lists, I would say it's one of the most broken guns in the game at the moment. It's just ridiculously good in any build you're using. It doesn't have to be Frost, but if you are using Frost, it's going to enhance it even more. But the liquid cooling at the moment, I would say, is probably the strongest weapon in the game. It just does so much damage, and the feature you get with it means that you can do it constant. So this one's a standard legendary, meaning it does a little bit less damage, but as you can see, this can roll the ×2 variant as well for the damage. It does so much damage so fast, the fire rate is exceptional, everything about this gun just makes it stand out from most of the others. However, the main thing that makes it exceptional is just down the bottom here with the text, unlimited magazine size. Weapon heats up and eventually will break. It is a skulldugger, so it will eventually break, but with the right build on, with the right crit damage and crit chance on, that doesn't happen for a very long time. In fact, with the right build you may be able to make it so that it doesn't. I haven't been able to yet, but I believe it may be possible, or thereabouts. It's going to last a very long time if you've got an amazing crit build together. Also, as you can see, the frost damage is really high, 582 damage a second. You can get it a lot higher than that. This is just a standard legendary. If you get this in a volatile, it absolutely shreds things to pieces. Right, so hopefully from that you can see that these guns are just well worth using. In pretty much any build, if you've got a frost build going, these will be exceptional. Even if you haven't, they're still going to hit ridiculously hard as long as you've got some gun damage about yourself. If you need to get hold of them, you can get most of them from the actual world drops as well, but I would say probably running Chaos and using the bunnies at the end. Obviously if you want the SMG variants, then you're going to tap from here, and if you want the handguns, you're going to go all the way over to here. They drop quite often, they're not as bad as you'd think, and as long as you've got yourself a lot of gems, you'll have a high chance of getting them after a run or so. As always gamers, hopefully this helped a few of you out. Hopefully I'll get something nice here. Let's have a little look. Absolutely nothing. But yeah, there'll be a few more guides on the way. I'll be doing my other top picks for the elements and weapons. And as always, for all things gaming, for all things Xbox, take care. I'll see you on next day.